Welcome back to Steps Gaming. Had to take a break from playing my Switch 2 because I thought, you know what? This guy right here, this guy is a winner and we gotta talk about it. So I was really excited to get DK Bananza for the Switch 2. When they first announced the Switch 2, you look at the games, and the games that interested me most were not the third-party games or the re-releases. It, of course, was Mario Kart World and DK Bananza. And I was a little bit nervous because it looked like a different concept, like smashing things. Donkey Kong looked quite a bit different than he did in Donkey Kong Country. And I was a little nervous, but I was like, you know what? Nintendo knows how important this game is. They want Switch 2 to be a winner. They have a history of like making a good one. Like they made the Wii, then they made the Wii U, no good. So we got Switch, and now we got Switch 2, and so far, Switch 2 is off to a smashing success, selling units faster than anything else, and they have this great this is a wonderful platform game, and it's quite a it's got a lot of differences compared to other Nintendo platformers. At first I thought, you know what, maybe this is a smashing game, and it was very like de-stressing. Like I got home from work and I'm playing this game and I'm like just smashing things. It was making me feel great about myself again. It was like de-stressing me, and it adds to the addictive nature of the game. But not only like, am I smashing things, but I'm trying to fulfill the story that's ahead of me, and I'm trying to find a way, to get Donkey Kong to the planet core. And it's so addictive. I just can't put it down. And it's very entertaining as far as like all the different little nuances, things like that. And I see why they changed his expressions and the way he looks, Donkey Kong, because it wouldn't have worked with this Pauline character. It's a different tandem, obviously, than it was with Donkey Kong Country. With Donkey Kong Country, you kind of had DK being the leader, and then you had Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong, and Donkey Kong was always very, very serious, and he had that serious look to him, and like this one here, this version of Donkey Kong, even though on the cover he looks very, serious and aggressive, he's often looks a lot more comical, a lot more friendly, and it's a lot more commercial. So not only is it the perfect fit for this game, but it's a perfect fit transitioning Donkey Kong into a character that would be good for a movie, much like the Mario movie, which we're hearing rumors of already. And I think this game sets it up very nicely to become a movie. So I look at the bigger picture, I see why Nintendo did it, but it actually, a lot of times, people that are in retro gaming, they don't like change, they just want to play the old one, and you're wrong. You're dead wrong. You need to play this game, because it's different, but it's damn good. Man, it's just so addictive. As soon as I sit down, like, I want to play more Donkey Kong Bonanza. And there's some things in it that make it quite a bit different to playing like a typical like Mario game or something like that. Like, it's really cool because like there's like puzzles in it. Like, you have to figure out, okay, I gotta throw a rock, which sounds very barbaric or very Donkey Kong like, but I gotta find out, where am I throwing this, and what is it going to do to cause a chain reaction for me to progress in the level. It reminds me a lot of playing Zelda at times, which is very interesting, and it also has like different ways to power up your character, things like that, as you earn more and more items in the game. You could use things like shells and trade them for new outfits that give you more powers, things like that. Change the look of your character. You get a very custom DK, which I really like my DK to look like the standard DK, and the standard DK is brown. But if you want green fur or purple fur or blue fur or whatever have you, go for it, man. Go for it. It just adds a different flavor to the game, so you can little customize it, give you things to earn and go after. One of my favorite things in this game is just, it gets me all hyped up and ready to go when I'm trying to get to, like, I want to smash a lot of things, so I go into Bonanza mode, and DK just like beats his chest, and then Pauline sings, and then it plays that music, and you're like going through smashing things. I mean, such a great time, and it's really quite satisfying and rewarding. Definitely, like I said, de-stressing. It gets harder. I think the game gets a little bit harder as you go so far. I haven't completed it. You know, I'm just giving you kind of my thoughts on it so far. I am, you know, right now I'm at the very end. I think it's the end of the 500 sub layer in Freeze. It's like the not Tropical Freeze, that's another game, but it's like, that one seems very long compared to some of the others. Some of them are very quick, and some of them have been longer so far. And you know, you say, oh, only the 5th. Well, it's weird because like one of the introductory like level doesn't even count, and you're playing that for a good hour, so that doesn't even count on your sub layers. And apparently I think there's 17 sub layers, so I'll find out what all I have to do. And I've been really exploring these levels, and I can't just like, I'm one of those people that when I start playing something, you know, I either need to get it 100% or I need to get like fulfilled. So fulfilled to me would be like, at least I experienced the taste of everything. Maybe I didn't get every banana, but I got into each of the extra levels and I got one banana, you know what I mean? Something. I have to feel like I got most of the experience and understand the game. Not only that, but like it's just satisfying though. You're like, oh, I saw it. Because like if you miss something, say you complete the game and somebody's like, hey, you know that retro Donkey Kong level? That was pretty damn cool. And then you know, then you missed it, you know, you're like, oh no. And then you gotta go back and find it, which is gonna be a big pain in the butt, you know. Going back is always a pain. So the question ends up being, are the reviewers correct? They're giving it 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. High rankings. Do I think that when I complete this game, that it is going to end up being worthy of that ranking for what I played for it so far? The answer is yes. Definitely yes. This is probably the best platformer I've played. I'm not a big fan of platformers, but I've always enjoyed things like Sonic the Hedgehog, on the Sega Genesis, you know, Super Nintendo, Super Mario World, all the NES Mario games, Mario 64, things like that. I tried to play Donkey Kong 64. It just wasn't really that great for me. You know, I wanted something that I latched onto. I love Donkey Kong Country, especially Donkey Kong Country Returns. I like that one because I have a lot of memories playing that back on the Wii. I wasn't originally like a Donkey Kong Country fan because like I was a little bit past it at that point. I think that was, you know, after Sonic came out and then people started moving to PlayStation and Sega Saturn and things like that too. It kind of came late for me in Super Nintendo time frame for, you know, at least a lot of those Donkey Kong Country games did. And so I kind of slept on them, and then I saw, like, my little brother got Donkey Kong Country, and then I saw it, and I go, oh, this is really good. And I played it, you know, back in the day. And, you know, could we get to see some more Donkey Kong Country down the road? Hopefully we do. Hopefully we do see Donkey Kong Country down the road. And they can have two different things going on, just like Mario has, you know, like Mario 3D World and then Mario Odyssey. You know what I mean? That would be really cool. But, I'm really enjoying this game. Just like I really enjoy Donkey Kong Country Returns too, but this is good. It definitely is one of the best platformers I've played, and you know, if I rank it versus Mario 64, like I got the nostalgia for Mario 64. That game was amazing when it first came out. This game's just more fulfilling. It has more. I get to de-stress with the smashing, much like, you know, you get to distress when you're playing a fighting game. You get the puzzles from Zelda, and you get all the platform action of like a Mario game. Like, it's got everything in it, and it works. Sometimes you think combining all that stuff's not gonna work. It works. It works damn well on this game. This game done something a lot of games have never done. They managed to mix all these things and mix them very well. I anticipate this possibly being the best platformer I ever played. We'll see where it ends up on my ranking in the end. I gotta finish it. But I look forward to finishing it. I look forward to playing this more and more and more. It's taking away from the other games I enjoy. So there you go. That's the news on DK Bonanza. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. I will have more content. I try to have a video every week, and as well as cover a wide range of things from retro gaming to modern gaming, my experiences, things like that. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below. Let me know what you think of DK Bananza. Have you played it yet? Would you think it's worthy of a 10 out of 10? Do you think it's worthy of a 9 out of 10? Do you think it'll finish that way for you? Are you nervous? You know, let me know in the comments, because inquiring minds would like to know. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.